So next we go to the multiplication of vectors. See, if you have two vectors, so if you multiply those vectors, if it is gives the result as a scalar, means we can call it as a scalar product. And if the result is a vector, means so that is we can call it as a vector product. So we have in multiplication, one is scalar product, another one is vector product. So we can understand scalar product means the result is a scalar and vector product means the result is a vector. Now when we discuss the scalar product, if A bar and B bar are two vectors, so we have taken A bar and B bar as two vectors, then A bar, between A bar and B bar, the angle is theta. The scalar product means A bar, you can also call it as a dot product. Scalar product or a dot product. So A bar dot B bar is equal to magnitude of those vectors, A bar modulus of A and modulus of B, and cosine angle between them, that is cos theta. This is what we can say as the scalar product or dot product of A bar and B bar. In this, if the vectors are parallel to each other, if theta equal to 0, means vectors are parallel. If vectors are parallel, A bar dot B bar equal to modulus A and modulus B. So what you will get here is the maximum value you will get when the two vectors are parallel to each other. And if the vectors are perpendicular, if theta equal to 90 degree, means perpendicular, then what will happen is cos 90 0. So A bar dot B bar will be 0. Next, we know that if it is the angle between the vector A bar and vector B bar is a cube, the scalar result is a positive. And if the angle between the vector A bar and B bar is obtuse, that is the scalar result is a negative value here. Next, we know the orthogonal unit vectors. So what happened here, if the angle between vectors is 90 degrees, result is 0. Orthogonal unit vectors means they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Therefore, the dot product of orthogonal unit vectors also gives the result 0 only. See, let us say take it here. I dot j, they are mutually perpendicular, so dot product is 0. J dot k 0, k I equal to 0. But we see here parallel means what happens, dot product is maximum. So if you take it I cap dot I cap, magnitude of magnitude of I cap and magnitude of I cap means 1. So result is 1. Same way j dot j is also be 1, k dot k is also be 1. And also you can determine the what dot product, how to determine it. If the two vectors is given, if A bar equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap plus Az k cap, and B bar equal to Bx I cap plus By j cap plus Bz k cap. And how to determine A bar dot B bar is, A bar dot B bar means, you can see I dot I means 1, but I dot j and I dot k will be nullified. That's why what will be here left here is, that is I dot I, that is nothing but 1, and Ax and Bx will be the result. Same way j dot with I will be cancelled, j dot with k also will be cancelled. Then what happens here, Ay By. So like that we can write directly Ax Bx plus Ay By plus Az Bz. This is the dot product between the two vectors. And sometimes what they will give you is if they give two vectors and they ask you what is the angle between the two vectors, means in the dot product also we can find it out there. So here we have the expression a bar dot b bar is equals to ab. So a, I am not writing bar, means you can understand these are magnitudes only, cos theta. Therefore from this cos theta is nothing but a bar dot b bar by ab. So here theta equal to a bar dot b bar by ab, so cos inverse. So like this, finding the dot product between the vectors and by divided with what, magnitude of a and magnitude of b, and cos angle if you take, you will get the angle between the vectors. Next, one more important one is we can define the scalar product as simply a bar dot b bar means modulus of a, modulus of b, and cos angle between them. One more way, means what is that way is we can discuss it. Before that, more point here. If you multiply a bar dot b bar or else b dot with a also, you will get the same result. There is no direction here, so you will get the same result. That's why a bar dot b bar equal to b bar dot a bar, means it obeys commutative. Why especially we are discussing this, means in vector product won't obey the commutative, but scalar product obeys the commutative. That's why we are mentioned here commutative rule. Next, one more thing. If this is the vector a bar is there and this is the vector b bar is there, and the dot product means what we are writing here is a bar dot b bar equal to a b cos theta. Like this we are writing. So if I resolve this one, if it is the angle is theta, if I resolve this b bar along the direction of a bar, what I will get? B cos theta. And this magnitude is modulus a, that is a, we can take it. Length is a. So scalar product, how can we define in another way is product of a bar and the component of b bar along a bar. Product of a bar and component of b bar along a bar. Then we can say the component of b along a bar is, so that is b cos theta. So b cos theta means what I can write? So b cos theta is equals to a bar dot b bar by what? Modulus of a. If they ask only the component, just we need only scalar quantity. That's why what we took here, a bar dot b bar by modulus a only we have taken. But if they ask you what is the component vector of b along a bar, means the component vector of b along a bar means, so what the difference here? Vector they are asking. Vector they are asking means we have only magnitude. So to this we should be mention the direction also. So which direction we want it? Along a. Along a means we have to take the unit vector of a. That's it. So along a bar is, we can write that as a component vector of b. So that is b cos theta into which direction we want it? Along a. That is, I have to write as a unit vector of a. It is mentions the direction. What about b cos theta we have here? That is a bar dot b bar by modulus a into a cap. So this is what component vector of b along a bar. So one example we can discuss based on this, then you can understand well. Both component if they ask what how to do and component vector if they ask what how to do. Let us take an example. If a bar is I cap plus j cap and b bar is 2i cap plus 2j cap. So first question is just I am asking you that what is the component of B along A? Means what you have to do, just you have to find it out the A bar dot B bar by modulus A. Therefore B cos theta is equals to A bar dot B bar by modulus A means A bar dot B bar means 2 plus so already we discussed AX, BX, AY, BY and AZ, BZ. Here 1, 2 or 1 into 2, 2 by here modulus of A means root over 2. Then it is 4 by root 2 or else you can write 2 root 2. Just this is the component of B along A. Or else if they ask you component vector, so that's you have to clearly observe that. Component vector if they ask means that is you have to provide the direction also. That is we taken here A bar dot B bar by modulus A and A cap. What about A cap here? A cap means unit vector. Unit vector you know how to write the unit vector means given vector by its magnitude. So then it will be A bar dot B bar into A bar by A square. Then what about A bar dot B bar? We have A bar dot B bar is 4 and A bar is I cap plus J cap and magnitude of A is root 2 square means 2. Then it will be 2 I cap plus 2 J cap. See the difference here. Component if they ask you means only we have 2 root 2 and component vector means it is 2I plus 2J. So that is the way you have to be solve it on basis of this one and dot product. Next, usually if you further if you go for the work and work is a scalar product of force and displacement, they will give the force vector, they will give the displacement vector. If they ask the work means just you have to find the dot product of given two vectors. Simply you know how to find the dot product of given vectors. So we discussed already. So such kind of example you can solve it. Then we'll go for the vector product next. In scalar product, the result is a scalar. In vector product, the result is a vector. Vector in the sense it has magnitude as well as a direction also. So what is the direction? We will discuss it here. Vector product. Let us take here it is one plane we taken. On this plane we have vector A bar, vector B bar, and angle between them is theta. Then A bar cross B bar, vector product is also called as a cross product. So the operation here, the dot here, cross here, that is we are using A bar cross B bar is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B and sine angle between the vector A bar and vector B bar. But here we are writing the vector, but we up to this is only the magnitude. So we should mention here the direction also. So how to mention the direction means here you can use the right hand thumb rule. So if you curl it from A bar to B bar by using the right hand, first four fingers if you curl it from A to B, but the thumb is there, no? The thumb indicates the direction of A bar cross B bar. So if A bar cross B bar lies on the plane of the board, A bar cross B bar vector is outside or normal to the plane containing A bar and B bar. So just you have to curl it from A to B. Then the thumb indicates the direction of A bar cross B bar. If it is curled from, if A bar cross B bar means it is normally outwards. If B to A means you have to curl it like this from B to A, then it will be normally inwards. So A bar cross B bar direction outwards, B bar cross A bar direction is inwards. Both the magnitude wise same, but direction wise are not equal. So then this is the A bar cross B bar, or else it is we can call it as a n cap. So n cap is the direction. A magnitude of A bar cross B bar means you can write as a modulus A modulus B sin theta. And the direction we can know by right hand thumb rule. Next, if the vectors are parallel, what happens? Vectors are perpendicular, and just now we have discussed A bar cross B bar outwards, B bar cross A bar direction is inwards, means here a vector product does not obeys the commutative rule, so not obeys the commutative rule. Direction wise they are unequal. Next, if theta equal to 0, if theta equal to 0, A bar cross B bar is nothing but sin 0 0 means it is 0 vector. Means if the vectors are parallel, the cross product is 0. And if theta is 90 degrees perpendicular to each other, then A bar cross B bar equal to magnitude I am taking, then it is modulus A modulus B. It is maximum, it will come. Next, if you take A bar cross B bar parallelly, theta 0. So theta 0 in the sense nothing but a cross product between same vectors is nothing but 0. Let us suppose A bar cross A bar 0. So A bar cross A bar 0 in the sense you can observe that orthogonal unit vectors, if you taken I bar cross I cap is 0, j cap cross j cap is 0, k cap cross k cap is equals to 0 because they are in the same direction. But how to find the product of two orthogonal vectors means, you see here, just we are following this rule. If you take an anti-clockwise direction like this, I, j, k cap, then if you take anti-clockwise direction, product of the orthogonal vectors in anti-clockwise direction gives the, if you multiply any two, you will get the other one with positive sign. If you follow anti-clockwise, but if you follow clockwise, so the multiplication of any two will give the other one, but with a negative sign. See, I am going in anti-clockwise, that is I cross j gives the third one. Because I followed the anti-clockwise, so I got positive sign. Same way here, j cross k is the other one, I cap. Next here, k cross I, it is j is the other one. And if it is a clockwise in the sense, j cross I, it is minus, you will get it. The same way, k cross j is minus I, and I cross k is minus a. Like this you can find it out. And now to find the cross product by determinant method, already you did some problems over it. Direct result we can write that one. If two vectors are there, if A bar equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap plus Az k cap, B bar equal to Bx I cap plus By j cap plus Bz k cap. Then determinant method of A bar plus B bar means you should take like this. So I, j, k plus minus here plus the quotient of I cap Ax, Ay, Az, the quotient of I cap of B vector Bx, By, Bz. In maths you will do this one. Just you have to close the column and row, and you have to cross product of it. Just then you will get the result as so if you want to get the I quotient Ay, Bz minus By, Az, I cap minus here Ax, Bz minus Bx, Az, j cap plus Ax, By minus
bx, az, kk. So any vectors are given, numerical values if they given you, like this determinant method you have to take it, and you have to be obtain the result like this. So you already know how to take it by closing the row and column, and I have to be cross product, I have to do it, then you will get this result. Next, if you take this cross product, in the case of the area of the parallelogram, you can use this cross product formula by finding the area of the parallelogram. Area of parallelogram. Let us see, this is the P bar and this is the Q bar vector, and if you construct the parallelogram, this is the parallelogram, and angle between the vectors is theta. Then area how to determine means here, area is equals to, like if you take this as a OA, OB, C, it is the product of OA and the perpendicular distance from what BC to OA. The perpendicular distance, let it be, we will take it as a BD. This perpendicular distance, if you multiply, this is nothing but the area of the parallelogram. So what you will take an area of the parallelogram means OA and perpendicular distance between the BC and OA, that is BD. And you know, OA is nothing but the magnitude of P bar, magnitude of P bar, and BD is nothing but, you can understand that resolution of vectors concept, Q, this side if you resolve Q cos theta, but BD is the perpendicular component. What is the perpendicular component? It is Q sin theta. So BD means you can write as a modulus Q sin theta. Then what about here P bar cross P bar Q P Q sin theta, in the sense it is nothing but modulus of P bar cross Q bar. Means area of the parallelogram is nothing but magnitude of the what cross product of those two adjacent vectors of the parallelogram. So this is the area of the parallelogram in terms of sides. But sometimes they will give the diagonals. If they give diagonals, let us suppose diagonals is given in terms of so we are taking that A bar, here B bar. See, it is OA, BC. Here the diagonal is there, no? This is the large diagonal. This large diagonal gives the summation of the two vectors. And another shorter diagonal is there. This diagonal will give the difference of the vectors. So this diagonal OC is nothing but D1. This D1 will gives the summation of the vectors, that is P bar plus Q bar. And BA is there, another diagonal. This shorter diagonal will gives the D2, that is the difference of the vectors P bar minus Q bar. Then if you take the cross product of these two, D1 cross D2, D1 bar cross D2 bar, you will get the cross product. If you do it, finally you will get minus 2 into P bar cross Q bar you will get. So minus 2 into P bar cross Q bar in the sense, magnitude if you take modulus of D1 cross bar D2 bar is equal to 2 modulus of P bar cross Q bar. So what is taken here, the area is nothing but P bar cross Q bar. Already we know area means P bar cross Q bar. So area in the sense P bar cross Q bar is equals to half of the diagonal vectors, that is half of the cross product of the diagonal vectors D bar cross D1 cross bar D2. So this is the area of the parallelogram in terms of if they given the diagonal vectors. So that is another one. Next, area of the triangle.
in terms of cross product. Area of triangle is area of triangle. Let us take a p bar vector and another one is a q bar vector like O, A, B, and you know this is the closing side. So this is the closing side. You know well the formula for area of a triangle is half base into height. Half base into height. Here base is nothing but OA, that is OA means magnitude of P, and height in the sense this is the normal distance you draw. So on this OA this is nothing but height. If the angle between the vectors P bar and Q bar is theta, then what happens, this BC here into BC height. This BC is nothing but perpendicular component of Q bar. What is the perpendicular component of Q bar? That is Q sin theta. So if you write that half OA is a magnitude of P, OB is a magnitude of Q sin theta. Then again you can write this as a half of the modulus of P bar cross Q bar. So this is the, if the given two vectors are two sides of a triangle, then the area of the triangle is half of the cross product of those two vectors. So these are the three cases. Another one. So sometimes they will give you the two vectors and they ask you any one unknown they will make provide in the given vector, and they will ask you find this if the vectors are parallel, if the vectors are anti-parallel. If two vectors are parallel means, so the condition it will be obvious here is if A bar is equals to some constant k into B bar means you can understand A bar and B bar are parallel to each other. Then we can write AX by BX, then A bar and B bar are parallel. Then we can take, if they are parallel means we can take a ratio like the AX by BX is equals to AY by BY is equals to AZ by BZ is equals to some constant. Then if any one unknown, AY or BX or any one unknown is there, by using this relation we can able to find out that unknown. If A bar equal to minus K B bar is there, then we can say they are parallel in the sense they are anti-parallel. Then A bar and B bar are anti-parallel. Then we can say similar ratio, but what we will get here, minus K we will get. So AX by BX is equals to AY by BY is equals to AZ by BZ, that is equal to minus K will come. So if they give parallel, if they give anti-parallel, if any unknown if they provided to you and they ask you to find that unknown means by using these ratios you can able to find out that. Next, if the case is like this, whether the vectors, given three vectors if they given, if they ask that whether these vectors are coplanar or not. If A bar, B bar and C bar are three vectors they given, so if they are coplanar, the scalar product in the sense A bar cross B bar dot C bar equal to 0. If this scalar product is 0, then we can say A bar, B bar and C bar, the three will lies in a same plane. So this is the one of the way, if the three vectors if they mention given you, and you have to find the scalar product of the vectors, and if you get the result 0, then you can understand that those vectors are coplanar vectors. And one more case, If they given you the direction cosines of two vectors, suppose L1, M1 and N1 are DCs of A bar, and L2, M2 and N2 are DCs of B bar, then if they are perpendicular to each other, what will happen here is the L1, L2 plus M1, M2 plus N1, N2 is equals to 0. If they are perpendicular, or else we can say it is actually a cos theta. Then if this cos theta is 0 in the sense the angle between the two vectors, whatever the vectors they mentioned here, A bar and B bar, they are, we can say they are perpendicular to each other. If it is 0, then we can say then A bar and B bar are perpendicular.